Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and as you can see the van is still here and I'm still here. So we're going to talk about the reasons why I haven't sold the van yet and the future of my van life going forward. So let's get into the video. Okay, well, as you can see, I am here in my van and she's still ready and waiting for her new owner. I've had loads of interest in the van, but also a lot of people wasting my time, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, basically to give you an update on selling the van. And so far it's been going well. I've had loads of interest and lots of people wanting to know about the van, and quite a few people actually wanting to go through with the sale, but for numerous different reasons they've all fallen through. Some from no fault of their own, and others just because, you know, they just didn't want to buy it in the end. The struggles that I've been having mainly have been with people through Auto Trader and eBay. And the thing that I've been struggling with is the fact that people contact me saying that they're interested in the van and either don't get back to me, or they arrange a viewing and then they just don't turn up. I've had lots of people trying to knock me down in price and slag off the van and slag off what I've done and basically pick holes in it. I had one guy who was particularly just nasty, really, just being quite aggressive in the emails that he sent me, then picking holes in everything that I've done and asking about this and asking about that. And I'm like, well, I'll answer all these questions, but you know, I could tell that he was making an issue out of things that weren't there. And then he had the audacity to make me an offer saying, I'll do you a favour, I'll make you an offer. And I'm like, well, mate, the price is the price. You're not doing me a favour by making me an offer that is £5 less than what I'm asking. So on your bike, mate, basically. I had another person email me saying that they wanted the van, and then we arranged for them to come and see it, and then it turned out that he was like 4.5 hours away and didn't realise. He thought I was in another part of the country, so that fell flat on its face. I've been inundated with people just asking the silliest of questions, and you know, you get to a point where you just think, oh, come on, is there nobody out there that seriously is not going to waste my time and just out for a piss take? So, you know, I've been struggling with sifting through the people that are genuine and that are just time wasters, basically. And so I'd just say, for any one of you that are still looking for a van or a vehicle in general, just have your price in mind, say it up front, because I've had so many people saying that they're interested and then offering me ridiculous amounts for the van, like way below what I've been asking, and there's no way I'm gonna accept it. It's just, it really is quite rude, actually, when you think of the cost of the vehicle, let alone the build, cost more than what they were offering. You know, I had one guy offer me £5, just £5 for the whole build, and I'm like, are you serious? So, you know, I would say, you know, please make sure that you know the price that you can pay and you say that up front, you know, so that we can just not play games. And I say that to everybody now that is in contact with me. I just say, well, this is what I'm selling it for. End of. You know, if you're not going to be prepared to pay this, which I think is well worth the money when you see what is available out there. I mean, Mel and I were looking the other night at the price of vans, and there's honestly some stuff out there on numerous different sites that you just think you can't charge that for that. It's just not worth the money. And I just feel sorry for people that get conned into buying something that clearly hasn't been built very well. And yeah, you just have to be really careful what's out there. That's why I've been so transparent about what has and hasn't been done, and you guys all know what's been done because you've got the video evidence, you know. And whatever personal preferences you have, you know, it's a van, you can change it, you know, it's not that big a deal. But I feel really proud of this van, and I would love it to go to someone that loves and appreciates it. And whether or not you're going to live full time in it or not, or just have a weekend away or a week, it will be perfect, you know. I think if you're single or in a couple and you don't want to live full time, it's probably better. I've come to that realization in that that's the reason why I'm selling the van, and that is because of the travel restrictions and the way that the whole COVID passport thing is, and people being stuck in different countries. I just don't want to enter into that whole scenario. You know, I have my opinions on that situation and that whole pandemic issue. And if you're interested to know my views and opinions on it, I can always make a separate video about it. But I'm not going to discuss it here because it divides people very quickly when you start discussing things like that. So I'm not going to be talking about it today. But there are numerous reasons why I'm not going to be traveling abroad right now. And that was the whole reason why I built this van. It was so that I could travel exponentially through Europe, whether by myself or in the hopes that I would meet someone. But actually, I've already met someone, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. But initially, when I bought this van and I started the build, that was my plan. I was going to get off, travel on my own with my dogs, and inevitably meet somebody and, you know, start van life in a relationship, basically. That's happened a little bit the opposite way around, but nevertheless, it's still, you know, moving forward, and I'm still super happy with what I've done. However, because I'm not going to be going abroad now, at least it's on hold for a bit, I want to sell this van and enable this van to go to somebody who will see it for its full potential and use it for its full potential. Whether or not you want it for a week away or a weekend and be a weekend warrior, or you just want it for the odd trip away, whatever, you've got the versatility with it being a van and a camper van in general. I want to go down a much different route than I thought. I want to go for a van that is much smaller and more compact, so that I can go under barriers, so that I can go down little lanes that are much easier than this size. And so that I can put in a wetsuit and a sup board, other fun things in the van. And I really want a van with a pop top. So I want more of a sporty looking van with a pop top and a rear, what do you call it? I want a popping up back door. Going forward, this van doesn't actually suit my plans, and this is what I love about van life and life in general. You know, if something doesn't quite work out, you can tweak it. So that's exactly what I'm doing, which has led me to selling the van. So yeah, I've basically been up and down in terms of trying to sell this van. Some parts of me have also been a little bit sad that I want to sell it, because, you know, it's been a lot of my time and effort for over 2 years now. And lots of people also think I'm completely crazy with selling it, but I know the journey that I want to take going forward. And not only has Europe changed in terms of travel for me, but as you guys probably have noticed in the last year or so, the way that van life here in the UK it has changed. You know, Mel and I went to Wales and Cornwall not that long ago, and even in my local area, I have noticed so many recreational areas, car parks, places of outstanding beauty. They are all getting height restriction barriers where there wasn't any before. So the places that I even used to travel to around here where I live in my car and think going forward, oh, when I have my van, I can come here for the day, or I can do this for the weekend. You can't anymore, because this type of van, this size van, you can't get under the barrier. And we struggled a lot when we were in Cornwall, especially, in that a lot of the car parks had height restrictions. I mean, some of them ridiculously low, and you could even only get like a small car under some of them. So that's not going to be accessible anyway. But there's no way that I would get this anywhere near some of these places. So from no fault of its own, it's actually too big for what I want to achieve with my van. And like I said, I don't think I will be living full time in it in the way that I first thought when I bought it and did the build. However, if you were a weekender or you wanted to go away to a campsite or to somewhere that was easier access, this would be perfect. And you know, no doubt I probably will be doing campsites as well, but I know my main focus is going to be doing these smaller and hard to get to places, because that's just where my heart leads me. I want to be by the beach, I want to be out of the way places, discovering secret coves, and Mel wants to do a lot of metal detecting and underwater dives and things like that. So we are going to be going forward with our channels in a very different direction. So it's exciting, it really is exciting. I don't know whether some of you have already guessed what type of van I'm going to be getting in January 22. There will be more content coming in the new year all about the new van that I will be doing. I'm not sure whether I will do the whole van build process again. Let me know in the comments below if you would be interested in that. But I also, as I've said a few times now on the channel, there will be huge changes. I'm not going to be focusing just on van life, because my life has changed a lot in the last year, and COVID inevitably has changed the way that my view on van life is going to be. So I'm going to be doing other content which involves van life but not centered on it. So I really appreciate you guys that have followed me along so far, and I completely understand if this isn't always the type of content that you want to see, but I'm just trying to be my authentic self and bring to you more about who I am as a person. And I want my channel to be diverse. And you know, sometimes I've had where I've recorded a video and I thought, well, no, that doesn't really fit into the van life niche. But I've now decided that I want to just make my channel about me and my life. So there's going to be all sorts of mixture on this channel from now on, because I do love reading. I do love going on adventures and walking with my dog. I want to incorporate more of my spiritual life, and there's going to be loads of more beach content where we go out swimming and do like being on my surfboard when I get it. So I'm going to be switching that up and bringing that into the channel as well. So I hope that you will join me for the future of this channel. And hopefully we will be able to expand this community of van lovers and just this channel in general. I just really appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm excited to see what 2022 will bring. I hope you will join me. Bye.